Hi, I'm theciaellis, and welcome to Grandma's Homestead. And okay, so I'm not at the homestead right now. And I gotta see what's going on over there. That's interesting. Okay, I'm already distracted, sorry. I am up here in Chetopa, Kansas, and those of you who have been following me for any length of time know that I come up here at least once a year. When I do my meat birds and when I was doing turkeys, there's a really wonderful Amish family that's up here, and they process my birds for me. They are not USDA. I think they're better than USDA. And just so happens I had a batch of chickens that it was time to get them processed. And I love coming up here. It's in Kansas. It's just right over the Kansas state line. But this park, this is the Neosho River I'm going to show you. And I know they have been in a drought, but I also know that they've had some rain. And if you look, it's still kind of dark. It's only about 7 o'clock in the morning right now, maybe 7:30. And but they've been having some drought, so the river's way low. But a storm is coming, so we may even start seeing some thunder here in a few minutes. But let me show you this beautiful river, and this is not even the most beautiful part of the river. This is all nice and smooth here, and this is like a little low water dam. Now what kind of kills me, let me see if I can zoom in. But what caught my attention though was the red and yellow. I don't know what that is over there, but right next to it, that's the boat ramp. And when there's when there's more water in this river, I cannot imagine people actually putting a boat in the water there. But you can see how low the river is. You can see the rocks and stuff there, and it goes on around. Kenzie and I've actually been fishing in here before, but it was much higher and it was difficult fishing. But this is just beautiful. But let me show you a little bit more of the park. You've got some nice park benches here, picnic table, and I was trying to decide if I want to do some work over here, especially if it starts storming. But you know, you always get a little bit apprehensive with spiders and stuff like that. But this might be a good place for me to get some work done while I'm waiting for my birds. But over here is a swimming pool that for people to swim in. And here's a nice park, place for the kids to play here. Oh, there's another pavilion over there. I've never noticed that. But let me show you the part that I think is the coolest. In various places around the park, there are these silhouettes of military personnel. Which I won't lie, puts a lump in my throat. And then all around this concrete place, you've got benches. Some of them were soldiers, and some of them were just people who has donated money to this memorial. And it looks like the river market's closed. That was a nice place. Ooh, it's even for sale. Goodness. Let me get back to this. But you've got the various flags of the military across the bottom here. You've got the Coast Guard, Air Force, Navy, Marine Corps, Army, and then all of these names. And I don't know if these are just Kansans or what delineates these particular names. Oh, and here's some MIA and KIA, missing in action and killed in action. Oh, this is cool too. Look, there's like Revolutionary War, War of 1812, Mexican War, Civil War, Spanish American. I guess I could get closer where you could actually see what they say. World War I, World War II, Korean, Vietnam, Persian Gulf, Afghanistan War, and Iraq War. So, and there's more here. There's got more names and stuff. Or if these names were added on after this was done, I don't know. I don't know. This thing is just, to me, is just beautiful. It's well done. And this is a little bitty town. If you drive through it, it's a dying town. There's like so many are of small towns. But this is a special place. They even provide Wi-Fi here, so that's part of the reason I come and park here, so I can get some work done and just enjoy this. It's dark. There's a storm coming, and so we're, that's the reason I'm trying to get this videoed before it starts raining and stuff. And I know you can hear the traffic, but we're probably going to start hearing some thunder pretty soon too. But this is, oh, and there, see, there's a whole nother park on the other side over there. This is just a beautiful place. I really appreciate the family who does my chickens for me, because it's a lot of work for just me, and Tom hates doing that kind of work too. And the prices are good, they treat me right, and I can come up here and visit this park and enjoy it while I'm waiting. Here comes the storm. The wind's picked up. You can see the flags in the background. It's time to get in the truck. Oh, it's dark and my windshield wipers don't work. That's a bummer. Well, I'm home, and I have to show you. Got a lot of chicken there. I think it was only 18 chickens, but it completely filled this ice chest. So I need to unload. I need to split these chickens up into 2 ice chests, and I've got some ice to put on them so they can go through the process of, to go through rigor and back through it out, and that way your chicken is more tender whenever you do eat it. We made that mistake until we learned about it. We were just throwing them in the freezer right away, but now we put them on ice and let them sit for about 24 hours before we put them into the freezer, and it has made a big difference. So let's get this truck unloaded. Isn't that nice? Yes, that's gonna look good in my freezer. Alright, it's the next day, and the camera that I had expected was trying to die actually did pretty much die, and it was kind of frustrating because I was at a softball game, and as you know, I video all of Kenzie's softball games, and it was really difficult to sit there and not be able to video her game. So now this morning I've gone out and got a new camera, and I'm trying to learn it, and I'm trying to learn while old, and that's not a fun thing sometimes, but that's okay. I'll figure it out, because you know me, I am certainly persistent. It's now time to move the chickens into the freezer, and what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put a tarp down on top of what I already have in the freezer, and then I'm going to put my chickens in on top of it and let it freeze that way. And the reason I do that is because one year I just went ahead and just rotated everything out. This is my the freezer I'm leaning on now is my poultry freezer, and I just took everything out of the freezer, because you rotate stuff, you know, and threw my fresh chickens in on bottom, and then threw everything on top of it, and I squished the crap out of my fresh chickens. So we're going to try to avoid that mistake today. So I'm going to go get a tarp and then put it down, and then we'll get the chickens transferred. Alright, it felt good to get the chicken in the freezer. Tomorrow I will actually rotate everything around and make the freezer look good, but there's no reason for me to put that on the camera. I'm really praying that this new camera is going to work out. I don't know. I did playback, and I could see that there was actually some playback, or some video on there. I have no idea what it sounds like. I do know that I have a couple other cameras that kind of like they're cheap GoPro style cameras, and the audio on them were not good, and they have kind of like a fisheye type lens. So I like to use them for sunsets, which I will not have tonight. Sorry guys, I got too much going on. I can't be here to set it up for sunset, but I like to do it for sunset. And I'm also trying to get it where I can put them put those little Ghost Pro style camera up in the fence, like a backstop at the softball games. And if I can get the angle right, I'll get better video or get better footage for those. But I'm struggling with that too. I was really disappointed last night when I couldn't take any video of Kenzie. She had a couple good plays. They did not have a good game. So I guess in the long run it was not that big an issue. But this team has so much potential, and they just haven't learned to play together yet. In fact, two of the girls have just started. They've got talent, but they've just joined the team. So they just got to learn to mesh. I think they're going to be good when it's over. But yeah, we had a game Monday. We had a game Tuesday, and now on Thursday we're going to have 2 games for a tournament, and then we're going to have another game on Saturday. So I've got to get my video thing going on that. So that's beside the point. We got meat in the freezer, and I did the math how much it was, and apparently I was way off. I'll have to. I will put it in the show notes, or not the show notes, when I get it redone. I will put the actual how many pounds it was, but it was a lot of chicken, and I'm really grateful to have the chicken in my freezer. So that's all I got for you. I want to remind you that I have an affiliate link for Self-Reliance Festival. That is a wonderful festival in Camden, Tennessee. Oh, I forgot to look at and it is October 5th and 6th. There are 2 or 3 different tiers that you can price levels and what you can buy and get, but the base level, it get you 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. Wonderful speakers, wonderful events. There's so much going on in there, and you can be hooking up with some really wonderful people, and they're all kinds. I mean, they're all wanting to be self-reliant, but you're going to have them from the old scraggly, long beard, long hair, whatever, old people, and to some of them might even have some blue hair for but I don't know. It's just an interesting mix of people. You learn a lot. You meet some wonderful people. You get some good conversations, and I like it. So look down in the show notes for Self-Reliance Festival, and use that for use that link, and I'll get a little bit of help doing my podcast and my videos and all that other stuff. So I'm tired. I've been good. Not just from hauling chicken, but from softball games and, getting up to Kansas and all that other stuff, and coming back and getting it all put away. But it's part of getting old, I guess. God bless. I'll see you guys next time.